Well, good morning, Dirtfish friends. Welcome to day 2 of the Acropolis Rally. We're way up in the mountains. Very, very different geography from the geography that we saw yesterday. Yesterday, we were around Loutraki in the morning and we made our way back towards Lamia. Interesting stages, typically Greek stages yesterday. They were tough. There was the odd incline, the odd decline, but not the kind of mountains that we have around us today. We go up to 1,400 meters at the start of the Tarzan Stage. It is, as I say, very different, the challenge from yesterday's challenge. It's a long day as well today, 147 kilometers. The loop is round about 74 kilometers. It's properly challenging out there. Lot of rain at the start of this week. There was mud on the recce, there was standing water on the recce. We know how rough the stages are. Let's have a word with Yoni Holton and we'll let, obviously, Callie clean the windscreen there. Yoni, it's a very different day, isn't it, today from yesterday?
Let's say we hope so.
Well, from your point of view, hello, I nearly went down the hill there. But in terms of the stages, they look quite different, they feel quite different.
Yeah, in general, I think today is a lot more smoother than what we had yesterday, and also hopefully the cleaning effect is also not so bad today, because yesterday it was quite massive, but and also really long day, long loops.
It's a very long day indeed. Callie, you'll be hoping clearly for a better day than yesterday. What's the target for today? You're a minute behind the lead. How many positions do you think you can make up today?
I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully some. Now it's not so good.
In terms of the balance of the car, have you made some adjustments maybe to give yourself a little more grip, a little more confidence?
Yeah, we did small changes and let's see if they are better.
Absolutely, there we go. We'll leave Callie Rovenpera to it. Just making sure this windscreen is crystal clear before he heads into the stage. Remember yesterday morning, the low sun, the dust was a real issue. Well, they're heading west with the sun, the rising sun behind them this morning. So there'll be the odd occasion where perhaps that lowish sun may just be an issue. But still, you want that windscreen as crystal clear as you can get as we head across. Look at this, it's just absolutely glorious. Up in the Alpine valleys. Start the stage is just across there. We might actually get some of the cars taking off from the start line. I do believe that is. You can see just about, have you got it on 3 on the zoom? That white car across there is probably just about the start line. As they head then up this glorious alpine wooded valley. It's a steep, steep valley. There is lots of, I'm going to use that word, jeopardy out here this morning. And you can tell why. You know, big drops. Look at this. I nearly took a little bit of a tumble just a second or two ago. You have to be neat. You have to be precise. You have to be accurate. Now, take a little look at the video that myself and George Donaldson made on the Tarzan stage. That is the third stage in the loop, around about 23 kilometers. You know, in places it looks innocuous, but I'll tell you, there's an awful lot waiting to catch the unwary, and as George tells you as well, the tired driver out in that stage. But this one could be the real challenge this morning. 30 plus kilometers. It's a long, long stage to start the day. You've absolutely got to be on it. There isn't the opportunity to dial yourself in to the day. Gross, Greensmith, and that'll be Elvin Evans making their way in here. Gus just pulling. Oh, this is all getting a little tight. A little bit tight. Watch yourself, cameraman. Very, very tight indeed. Here we go. Let's just move around. It's, as I say, it's incredibly beautiful. The sun just coming up above these mountains. Let's give you an altitude reading of exactly what we're at just now. The start of the stage is at, stand by while I consult my altitude app. There we go, start line, first car into the stage. On the other side of the valley, that's Jordan Serda. He's making his way in. Oh, well, do you know what? We're not quite so high as yet. 745 metres where we're at. It does go up during the course of this loop of stages to 1,400 metres. Wow. You know what, I suspect, Gus, 1,400 metres at the start of the Tarzan stage. Are you going to feel it in the engine? You know, we see it when we go to Mexico, the engine's starved of that little bit of oxygen. Do you expect to feel a little bit of altitude effect on the stages today?
Not necessarily. It shouldn't be too bad. We're not that high. So we shouldn't really struggle, so it should be fine.
Really
Temperatures will be quite different.
encouraging glimpses yesterday of pace. You'll be looking to find that again today.
Yeah, that would be the plan. If we can continue yesterday with more of a consistent pace, that would be better today.
Car seems really good. Not too many changes overnight.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just checks. Just checks.
Absolutely, that's great to hear from Gus Greensmith. There's a little bit of something about him this morning. He looks a little more confident. He knows he can go quick on these stages. Now, I tell you what, we're not going to interrupt Elvin, because Elvin is always very, very focused before he heads into the opening stage of the day. He goes through a routine with the cleaning of the windscreen and all the rest. Scotty Martin there just checking the tyre pressures. Kalle Rovanperä heading towards the stage start as we wait for more cars to join us here. I don't know what gaps they've got. I'll ask one of the co-drivers. Gus will know. What gaps have you got this morning, Gus? 4 minutes. Okie dokie.
No, actually, no, probably 3. Because Kieran wasn't far behind me this morning, so.
There we go. Well, we'll double check that for you folks. We're watching the cars on the other side off the start line. Remember yesterday morning, it really was dusty, but it's not quite so dusty up here. But if we do get patches of dust in amongst these alpine trees, it really could linger. It could cause a few issues if there is dust and we have 3 minutes. The drivers will be hoping for 4. There goes Elvin Evans, just heading off to do a few exercises. Gus looking cool as you like. Let's have a word with Jonas Anderson. Just having to use the snips there. Jonas? There you go.
Huh?
It's like magic.
Easy as that, huh?
How are you feeling this morning, Jonas? It's a big day for everyone, isn't it? It's such a long loop, and this opening long stage could be challenging.
It's a challenging stage, 33 Ks, and I mean, have to be awake this morning now and get a good rhythm from the beginning. So, had a good day yesterday, feeling good. So, just crack on today and enjoy it, really.
I like that attitude. Crack on and enjoy it. Now, Oyt Tanak, little bit off the lead, Oyt. 33 seconds behind our leading M Sport Puma of Sebastian Loeb. Sorry, not 33. I think it's 31 seconds, isn't it? Not too far. You know, Tanak is capable of miraculous things out there. And you know what? He'll be looking certainly at Dani Sordo in front of him. And 1 or 2, maybe making up 1 or 2 positions. You know, we've seen that Oyt's capable. If he really does get into the mood, if he does find a rhythm, if the car's working well, he can take 5-10 seconds a stage quite easily. It might be a touch more challenging out there today. Let's double check. Yeah, the strips just now. That's actually quite interesting. Maybe an issue with dust coming into the car. That looks like, you know, we often see gaffer tape across the windscreen. That's obviously, you know, if you've got a problem with low sun, you'll have gaffer tape across the windscreen. I haven't seen too often cars coming out of service with gaffer tape down the sides of the windscreen. We'll ask Oyt about that in just 1 second when we get the opportunity. I'm just double checking our time differences here. Stand by, I haven't got my glasses on. Difficult for an old man like me to read. Here we go. So yeah, Oyt Tanak, 31 off the lead. He is round about 9 seconds behind Dani Sordo in front of him. So that has to be his target for this morning. Dani Sordo, I'm sure, is very much within the sights of Oyt Tanak. You know, we saw it yesterday, didn't we? Different tyre choices. Now, what's interesting is that again we're seeing different tyre choices out there this morning. Tanak, Loeb, 1 or 2 of our other drivers going with the 5 hard tyres. Loubet for me is the really interesting one. He's gone with 4 hards and 2 softs. The guys towards the front of the field yesterday, they had to use the softs. It wasn't so abrasive. The wheels were spinning. You weren't wearing those tyres so badly. But Loubet is second last of our Rally 1 cars. He's gone with 2 soft tyres. It could be an inspired choice. It really could. It is that extra tyre. What surprised me a little is that your number of our still rally contenders have only gone with 1 spare on a 74-kilometre loop that we know can be really difficult for tyres, that can quite often offer up lots and lots of punctures. Where did Oyt Tanak go? He's gone. I'll ask Martin about this. Martin, what's with the tape down and across the window here?
We had yesterday some crack in the windscreen, so they changed it.
Okay, so they've changed the windscreen, and it's just to give it that extra little bit of seal, obviously. Sometimes when you change your windscreen, it's not the easiest of jobs, and to absolutely make sure you've got 100% of a seal on the front is difficult, and obviously that is why that tape has gone around the windscreen. Dani Sordo, do you know what? He's not a million miles away, is he, Dani Sordo? Really not a million miles away. He's 20-odd seconds off the lead. And, he can do a job out there today, Sordo. He dialed himself in yesterday. And this is what we're seeing with Dani these days. It's difficult jumping in the car. It's difficult with a lack of seat time in this car to be absolutely at the ultimate pace from the very first stage of the rally. Sordo tends to build his pace as the rally goes on. Dani, very good morning to you. In a good position today, if the feeling is right, to make a bit of a challenge, to push a little? Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Yesterday also was, we have a better position, but we didn't manage very well to be in the front. But yeah, we try to do a little bit better today.
A number of the drivers have gone out with just one spare tyre today. That surprised me. Would it surprise you, just one spare on such a long loop?
Sorry?
A number of drivers have gone with one spare tyre. I thought everyone would take two because it is quite a difficult loop.
Yeah, it's quite demanding, but second stage it was not really demanding for tyres. But yeah, in case of puncture or something, but yeah, of course, with one tyre it's a little bit better.
Dani, good luck today. There we are. Dani Sordo. As I say, a little bit of a job to do out there today, but he's very, very capable of fighting back towards the podium. If he gets a comfortable feeling in that car, we'll see what Dani can do today. Thierry Neuville. Most important thing with Neuville, hopefully. Well, not the most important thing, but one of the more important things with Neuville is that he's feeling better today. We'll go and have a word with him in just 1 second. Sordo 6.2 seconds behind Neuville, but Sordo will definitely be watching in his rear view mirrors because Ott Tanak just under 9 seconds behind Dani. Oh, very busy, very, very busy here. Let's head back. Oh, watch yourself. Oh, look at that. Watch yourself. Watch yourself here, cameraman. That's all horrible stuff. That's Thierry just sitting in the car. We'll grab a word with him in just 1 second. Martin Vidaga. 2 spare tyres for Neuville. 2 for Neuville. I tell you what we'll do for you. We'll go through the tyres this morning. Let's have a look. Pirelli, send us the tyre choices. So what I'll do is I'll give you guys the tyre choices. So here we go. Oh, tyre choices this morning. Lappi has gone out with 5 hards. Sordo 6 hards. Now here's the interesting one for me. Pierre-Louis Loubet, second last of our Rally 1 cars. 4 hards, 2 softs. Ott Tanak, 5 hards. Thierry Neuville, 6 hards. Katsuta-san, 4 hards, 2 softs. Loeb, he's the one to watch. 5 hards. He reckons he can manage with 5 tyres out there this morning. Evans and Breen, 4 hards, 2 softs. Greensmith the same, as is Rovanperä. So, a different tyre strategy from a number of drivers this morning. Neuville's elected for the safer choice, as in that extra spare tyre. It gives you sometimes a bit more balance in the car as well. It depends on what you've tested, or maybe a little different balance in the car. Wrong balance. Well, sometimes it depends on what you've tested with, doesn't it? Sometimes we've seen it before, that pendulum effect you get with that extra weight in the back. But you reckon you need the safety of 2 spares this morning, Thierry?
It's a long day, it's a long rally, so...
And it is going to be a long day. How are you feeling this morning? That's the only other question I want to ask you, because I know you're busy.
It's okay. But a bit better than yesterday, probably. But
you're a warrior, aren't you? You're an absolute warrior. You just battle through every time.
I have not much choice.
Not much choice. Not much choice. Absolutely right. What can Neuville do today? Well, 16 seconds off the lead. Very, very much in the fight. Much better road position for him today. I think he did a great job with his road position yesterday. Is that extra tyre going to perhaps compromise him? 2 tyres in the back. That little bit of a pendulum effect, maybe. Sometimes that is a bit off-putting. But he's done it before. As he said, it's a long loop of stages. So Lappy, what did he go with? He went with 5, didn't he? 5 hards. Let's just have a little look. All very quiet in the car. Yanni Fern just having a little look at the road book, just checking, as they always do. They never really take much time just to sit and just contemplate the thoughts. There's always something to check. There's always something to double check before the start of the stage. So Lappy with the 5 hard compound tyres. Just checking his tyre pressures. Very, very much in the fight today, Esa-Pekka Lappy. Esa-Pekka electing to go with 5 tyres this morning. Neuville's gone with 6. There seems to be a little bit of discussion about what's the best choice out there.
Yeah, good question. But this was my guess, so let's see.
So you're not expecting it to be too rough. I guess if it was going to be really rough, you'd have taken the 6. So fingers crossed we're not going to see too many punctures.
Yeah, it's exactly like this. But for sure, you know, there is loose rock, so the puncture risk is present all the time. But yeah, if you want to play the game, you need to sometimes play the game. So.
Oh, and he can play the game with the best of them. I'm quite excited about what Esa-Pekka Lappy can do out there today, folks. He really could. If he gets the bit between the teeth, he could easily be right back in that fight at the top of the timesheets. It is interesting. It is interesting with the tyre choice. Yesterday was around the Peloponnese, a lot rougher stages round there. I expected, if I'm being honest, to see more punctures than we did see. But do you know what? Pirelli have worked on these tyres, and I think they've developed a tyre that really is very durable. And I suspect, in some ways, that has influenced some of this morning's decisions. You know, if we'd had a whole load of punctures yesterday, I'm pretty certain we wouldn't have seen too many drivers going out with 5 tyres in today's loop. It's a longer loop. But yesterday, the tyres coped really, really well. And maybe that is why we're seeing really ballsy tyre choices from 1 or 2 of our drivers. It's a posse of Pumas! Ho, ho, ho! The maestro and the young gun, Pierre-Louis Loubet. Look at that. Look at this. It's a beautiful, beautiful shot. The Pumas with the French tricolours on the air intakes. Oh, my goodness me. Do you know what? Could Pierre-Louis Loubet ever have imagined that he would find himself battling for the lead of a rally with the maestro, the 9 times world rally champion? I'm not sure he could have ever imagined that. Morning, young man. Yeah, you know, it's just remarkable. It is just a remarkable situation. Loubet had the day of his life yesterday. I'm not expecting to see maybe the same as yesterday, but I think Loubet's got the intelligence and the pace to keep himself, and he's got the road position to keep himself in the fight today. I tell you what I'm expecting to happen. I'm expecting to see the battle today to be more between Loeb, Lappy and Neuville. But if Pierre-Louis Loubet can have a nice, good, quick, clean day, clean is going to be, for me, the operative words today. If you keep it clean, if you avoid the punctures, you avoid the mistakes, and there are plenty of opportunities to make mistakes out here. If you avoid all of those things, any one of our top 5 drivers could find themselves right up there in the mix at the end of today. It is going to be tough and challenging. That is 100% for sure. We'll grab a word in just 1 second with Pierre-Louis. Isabel just checking the tyre pressures. Just a little bit of calm as the engine goes off. Very quick word with Pierre-Louis. Pierre-Louis at, second last on the road of our Rally 1 cars. Just tell us a little bit about your tyre choice this morning. You've gone with 2 soft tyres.
Yeah, 4 hard and
2 softs.
2 soft for the stage after the new one.
Are you surprised to see such different tyre choices?
Well, 5 it's a risk, but at the end it will be only 1 stage where we will be different. For the rest, it's hard, but yeah, for sure to go on 5, yeah, it's a risk, but I think they are not in the same philosophy as us.
It's very true. Very true. That's a very sensible approach from the young Frenchman. Just great. Just the story of the rally for me so far. Well, the story is always the maestro coming back and just showing the young guns the way forward. But the story of this rally is very much the wonderful performance so far of Pierre-Louis Loubet. Still has to clean his own windscreen. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Little bit of the magic scoosh onto the windscreen. Clean it off. Absolutely crystal clear. Rapidly gets dirty and messy. Lots of little bugs around that get splattered on the windscreen. It's remarkably clean. It really is. A little bit of wipe of the inside as well, just in case any dust, any debris got onto the inside there. Isabel doing her job. Lovely job. Well done, Isabel. Concentrated, focused. We'll see if we can grab a very, very quick word with the maestro. Just a very quick word, maestro. Leading the rally today, though, is a long and challenging day and quite different from yesterday.
Yeah, it's very different from yesterday. Today, much more twisty, much more technical. So another kind of stages. No idea what we can do there. So we will have to go for it. The stages are new for me, so it will not help. But okay, I will try.
The kind of stages that perhaps suit the Puma, do you think, with the experience you've had so far?
I don't know. We will see that.
We will see that. Best of luck today, maestro. So there we are. There we are. I think we have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead of us. Emil Lindholm. Actually, let's grab a quick word, a very quick word with Emil Lindholm. He had a remarkable day yesterday. Emil, just a very quick word. You've got a little bit of time before you go in. What a day you had yesterday. My goodness me, I had to look twice at the timesheets because you were miles ahead of everyone.
Yeah, we were just enjoying ourselves and having fun on these Greek twisty and sometimes rough roads. Yeah, looking forward to today.
Do you know what? This is the car to have, isn't it? The R5 or Rally 2 car to have. This Skoda on these roads is just the car.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said yesterday. I mean, I'm quite confident it's the toughest car of all available ones. And, you know, honestly, these cars take such a bashing on these roads, but we had no issues whatsoever. So, yeah, looking forward to have another good day today.
Best of luck, Emil. Well done.
Thank you.
Here we are, Emil Lindholm doing a super job leading the WRC 2 class. Okay, folks, it is going to be a fabulous day. The Maestro has got a job to do out there. I think we can enjoy very much the battle between the M Sport cars, the Toyota of Lappi, Neuville's Hyundai. Can Dani Sordo bring himself into that fight? That is possible. What about Oyt Tanak? That is also possible. Anything can happen out here today. A long opening stage, a long loop of stages, a tough demanding day, temperatures perhaps hitting 34, 35 degrees. What a day we've got in front of us. Stick with us, folks. You know where to be. Camera boy, it's your opportunity again. Where do you stay for the action, the drama, the jeopardy?
Dirtfish.com.
That'll do.